Welcome to another Tuesday night here with the Western Racing League. We are at New Hampshire for round. What round is this? Like round 17 or 18 here for another exciting evening here with the Western Racing League Vikings Truck Group Truck Series. My name's Chris Murphy here with my good buddy Dave Ward. How you doing tonight, Dave?
Oh, I'll tell you what, I must have done something right if you invited me back for a second time. So super excited to be here, Chris, and can't wait to see what you guys do.
All right, qualifying just underway right now. Nick is Trader on the racetrack right now, so we're going to stay with that version of the tower. So last week, we were at Richmond Raceway. Everett Larson coming home with his second win of the season. Dominating fashion, led just about every single lap at Richmond last week. Let's see if he can back it up with tonight here at New Hampshire. Everett Larson won. As we said, Everett Larson picked up the win. Mitchell Williams second. Victor Keith with a good strong run coming in third last week. And our points leader, David Sluter, in fourth. Nick Trader in fifth. And speaking of points leader, let's go ahead and take a look at the current point standings coming into tonight.
Ta-da!
And current point standings right now, David Sluter at the top. At the top of the points, but only a 6-point lead over Nick Trader. Now we're getting ready to go into the chase. This is the last race before the chase starts. We'll show you some live scoring, live points going on throughout the evening to kind of see who's in there. We got a close battle going on for the last 10 spot. But right now, David Sluter, Nick Trader, Victor Keith, Landon Slagan, Rick Modrick back there in fifth, Brandon Cal sixth. Brandon, I did not see Brandon here with us tonight. Did you see him anywhere on the...
I did not. I'm looking right now.
I don't see him on there.
No.
Everett Larson up to seventh. Bryce Dickman eighth. Josh Raymond ninth. J.D. Biddle on the bubble there in the 10th spot. The last driver to get into the chase right now is J.D. Biddle. Jacob Thornton, Josh Gagnon, and Corbett Raker all with an outside chance to get into the top 10, make their way into the chase. So we're going to go ahead and pull up. Looks like we got drivers on the racetrack right now. Qualifying underway right now. Nick Trader with a 30.224 at the top of the timing and scoring. As we take a look here at Everett Larson. Everett third right now out here for his second lap. Let's see if he can improve. Brady Zeller moves himself up into ninth. Back with the 18 M&M colors after the not so great performance last week by Brady with the monster colors on. But watch Everett Larson going to come across for lap number 2 across the stripe. Can he improve on lap number 2? Does not look like he's going to. So he's going to stay there at 30 to 30.296. Sean Peach with a great lap. The number 9 is Sean Peach, and he moves up into second. That'll be outside the front row for Sean at a 30.280. Right now for Peach. And who else we have on the racetrack right now? Everett Larson, he's done. Brady Zeller out here trying to get his second lap. Brady looks to be done for the night. And let's see who else we have out here. Here's the number 40, our league admin, the Red Bull driver of number 40 there, Tyler Brewer out on the racetrack. Let's see if Tyler can challenge Nick Trader there for the top spot. So New Hampshire's not a track I'm very familiar with, Dave. I'm not sure about you. What do we expect here tonight compared to what we saw last week at Richmond?
Well, I definitely think that it's going to be interesting to see how these guys get around. As far as New Hampshire, it's a little bit tighter track if I'm right. I haven't been right all the time, so your guess is as good as mine. But I can't wait to see these guys and the passion that they have for trying to get into the chase. Those 10th, 11th, 12th spots are going to be the ones to watch tonight in points.
All right, so it looks like that is going to wrap up qualifying. Nobody else out on the speedway, so Nick Trader is going to take another pole. He had the pole at Richmond last week. I should get a count on how many poles he's had. He has been dominating in qualifying. Nick Trader, Sean Peachin with a fantastic lap. He'll start outside the front row. We'll bring in the starting lineup here in just a few moments. Landon Slagan. Landon did not make any laps last week at Richmond, so good to see him here tonight. Right now, third on the timing and scoring right now. He'll start inside of row number 2. Everett Larson last week winner there in 4th.
Yeah, a little crazy to kind of see Larson starting back, in the second row there. It's still not a bad spot, but Trader got that first lap last week and kept Larson from having a sweep, with all the laps led. So looks like that's going to be the same way tonight. Trader on a mission.
All right, we're getting ready to get gridded up here for racing action here at New Hampshire. All right, 110 laps, no stages. That's what I like about Western Racing League. I'm not a stage race guy. I'm not a big fan of stage racing, so I'm glad to see them get the stages out of here. So let's go. Let's go ahead and get to our starting lineup. And on the pole, the number 56, Transistor Motorsports, number 56 of Nick Trader. To his outside, it's going to be Sean Peachin.
Row number 2 is going to be from Vortex, Landon Slagan in the number 91, and the 01 of Everett Larson from B&W Racing.
Back to row number 3, we find the 36 of Dalton Creech, and to his outside, last week's second place finisher, the number 54 of Mitchell Williams.
Row number 4 from CS Motorsports, it's David Sluter in the number 95. Outside of him is going to be Rem Wyatt in the number 60.
Back to row number 5, starting the 9th spot, we find the Mooselander Racer number 04 of Daniel Sparks, and to his outside, the DRSN number 18, B&W Racing's Brady Zeller.
Row number 6, starting in 11th position, it's going to be Jacob Thornton from Brewer Motorsports in the number 41, and Danny Hayes in the number 65 on the outside.
Back to row number 7, starting in 13th, we find the OGRL number 6 of Randy Courier and the JK Racing number 25 of Andrew Bowman.
Row number 8, from Mooselander Racing, it's Quentin Steinbach in the number 22 and Joshua Raymond in the number 7 from Wood Motors Racing.
Row number 9, starting in the 17th starting spot. There we find our 10th place positioner right now in the point standings, the JK Racing number 96 of JD Biddle, and OGRL's Racing Rick Modrick will start 18th.
Starting in the 19th position, row number 10, Brewer Motorsports, Joshua Gagnon in the 79. Outside of him, 44 of Dean Wedeking from VG Motorsports.
Back to row number 11, starting in 21st, there's the 67 of Anthony Emmerich, and to his outside, the 52 of Michael Champlin. Sorry. No.
There we go. I'm like, that can't be it. Row number 12, it's Paul Boomershine from VG Motorsports starting in 23rd. In 24th is going to be Bryce Stickman in the number 30 from JK Racing.
Back to row number 13, starting in 25th, we find the VG Motorsports number 58 of Victor Keith and the number 40 Brewer Motorsports of Tyler Brewer.
Row number 14 from VG Motorsports, Scotty Larson in the 13. And in the 28th position, Corbett Raker in the 47.
That is going to be our 28 starters here for 110 laps of action at New Hampshire.
Holy cow, we made it this week.
We made it around right before the green flag. Off of turn number 4, it's going to be Trader and Peachin at the line, green flag in the air.
Oh!
And we got him piling up in the background.
Yikes.
Oh, look at Sluter's.
That's number 95, Sluter.
Sluter piled up in the back of this one.
Oh, no.
So our points leader right now.
Number 18 also looks like he got collected up.
So Sluter involved in this one right at the start-finish line.
So there you see your points leader coming into tonight. That number 95, very torn up here. Missing that fender arrow is going to be a problem for him. He's definitely fighting an uphill battle tonight. Brady Zoller also in that number 18 M&M's car. He was involved in that one. A few others. So that's straight off the rip. Not a good start here.
So let's see if we see what happened. It's David Sluter back here. So watch the 95 here on the initial start. You got Mitchell Williams to his outside. Daniel Sparks in the 04 right there behind him as they come across the start-finish line. And just contact between the 90, the 91 just doesn't get going. Creech gets in the back of him, and then it's pretty much an accordion effect right there. And unfortunately, the 95 of Sluter takes the worst of it. Dean, that's Steinbach says he wants to get some piece of it, so he piles up in there. But the 95 and the 22 with some damage here.
That is definitely going to be an uphill battle tonight. So we'll have to keep an eye on that and see how that shows up.
All right, so caution here on the initial opening start here at New Hampshire. Nick Trader, our pole sitters, going to be out there in the front. So thanks for being here with us tonight. I see Michael Sparks still on vacation. Where you at now, Michael? Vacation once again, and we got TopBoxX Racing out there saying "Go Dave." So there, you got TopBoxX out there rooting for you. Where are you going, Dave? You're right here in the booth.
I know. Well, that's our league that we do for Squirrel TV. So, big thanks to Cody Winecki over there at TopBoxX Racing. He's a huge supporter of Squirrel TV. So, super glad to be here. Trader on the front row with Sean Peachin and Everett Larson, Landon Slagan, Mitchell Williams, Dalton Creech, Rem Wyatt, Danny Hayes, Jacob Thornton, and Andrew Bowman. Going to be your top 10 currently. 4 laps in, such an early caution. What do you think this is gonna how this is gonna play out in this first half of the race, Chris?
Well, hopefully we got that out of our system right here. We get some racing going on here, but just not a good start there. You don't usually expect that from Landon Slagan. He's usually really good on the restarts, but I don't know if he spun the tires there or missed a gear, but they definitely piled up the field behind him there, unless something happened in front of him that we just didn't see. But Landon, usually a little bit sharper than that, but unfortunately, we find our points there. Where David's all the way back in 27th, and he did not have enough time to get that 95 truck fully repaired. You can see the left front fender still gone off the 95, and the front end all tore up.
Oh, that thing's going to be a tank to drive around this track right now. I can't even imagine. We're back to green flag racing for Nicholas Trader, holding it down in that number 56 National Guard machine.
You see that line Everett was running through 1 and 2 underneath the white line through, and he was actually able to get around Slagan, and now looking to get around Peachin for second. Look at that line, that a little bit different line than anybody else is running, way down there on the flat underneath that white line. They'll see if that pays off for him, but just a little bit different line for Larson. Not able to get up alongside of Peachin there off of 4. But he's taking a look down the line again.
You can't pass them, right?
You got to go where they're not, right?
Yeah, sometimes you got to find your own way, and he's definitely running an unconventional line, but let's see if it pays off.
A little further back, we find here Mitchell Williams in the 54 back there in 5th. He's got Creech up on the outside. They're making up some ground on the 91. Right there in front of him, we find Everett Larson. A little further back, 60. A good run here for Rem Wyatt early on. Right now up to 7th.
So Trader's still holding it down. Peachin still chasing, trying to chase him down. He doesn't have anything for him at the moment. The race right now on the track is Everett Larson and Sean Peachin battling for that second position. About 0.2 of a second separating those two drivers.
Rick Modric going to move himself up to 10th. It looks like he gets around Bowman. And we see this all the time from Rick Modric. Does not qualify very well. But there he is, all the way up 8 spots already. Started back in 18th, already up to 10th, and the 71 truck down on the bottom. The old veteran there, Rick Modric, moving his way to the front.
All right, so right now, Landon Slagan holding down that 4th position. Dalton Creech and Mitchell Williams battling for 5th. Good battle right there. They are going back and forth between that 36 of Dalton Creech and the 54 of Mitchell Williams.
So let's find a little battle, see if we can find some good side-by-side racing somewhere throughout the field. Jacob Thornton right there. And actually, as we talked about earlier, let's take a look at our current point standings right now. So JD Biddle still on the bubble right there in 10th. Jacob Thornton. So we got live points coming at you right here. Jacob Thornton only 5 points back of JD Biddle. So right now, Biddle running, where's he out of the racetrack? He's running 11th. He's still hanging on to that final spot.
What a great addition for DRSN. You know, I mean, this really shows as we roll into the chase where they're at, if they've got a shot, and what's going to happen, or what could happen if the race were to end right now.
So right now, we've also got notifications that'll pop up. You'll see when somebody makes a pass in the top 10, gets himself into the point standings right now. But here's Landon Slagan, started in 3rd, back to 4th. Our biggest mover of the race right now is the 40 of Tyler Brewer. Tyler up 12 spots now, started way back in 26th, all the way up to 14th.
Wow. That's fantastic, though. What a great run for Tyler Brewer right there in the number 40. He is pushing it right now, trying to get caught up to Anthony Emmerich. Still has a little ways to go, but he's obviously got his set on dig, as they say in the dirt world, right, Chris?
No, yeah, there's no cushion to run up on around here, though.
I know, but he's definitely pushing right now, and hopefully he'll be able to save some of his equipment for later on in the race here, as you know, as he wears out them tires. Let's hope he doesn't use them up.
So we check in on David Suter back on the 95. David still back here with some heavy damage. Finds himself way back here in 28th right now.
It'll be interesting if we have a few more cautions, what you know, to see what he'll be able to do. Obviously, the chase isn't his issue, but he's definitely always racing for that title. So right now, it's just he's just putting in laps. It seems like, you know, he's got his hands full and probably slightly frustrated, I would imagine.
Yeah, the points are going to reset next event, which is 3 weeks away from now. We didn't get a chance to look at the schedule before we were in qualifying, but the chase will start with 21 points and a 25-point difference from their spots on back. So Sluter right now with a point lead, but only a slim lead over Trader with a 5-point lead. So he really wants to go into that chase with that extra 25-point advantage as we take a look here at the 36 of Dalton Creech on the racetrack right now.
Creech now looking on the inside of the number 91, Landon Slagen. Wow, and there's that crazy line that Everett Larson is running. Man, he's running in the second position. He's found something that some of the other drivers haven't. At least his setup is working down there, and he has not changed his line much. So he must be able to
Caution
hold on
out on the speedway.
On the speedway.
It looks like it's Josh Gagnon in the 79, one of our one of our chase drivers.
Yeah,
involved right here.
He was right there in the mix for the points as well. So it'll be interesting to see what he can do to salvage his night. Can you check your messages whenever you get a chance, Chris?
Yeah.
No problem.
Let's take a look here and see what happened to Gagnon. He's up there on this. So Steinbach behind him, and I got a feeling the 22 is going to get a piece of him here. We'll have to take a quick look at it here. So watch the 22, and that's exactly what happened.
Oh.
Quentin Steinbach just gets a piece of the outside.
Just that corner.
Just
and,
caught
and
the right
sometimes
corner.
it's, yeah, I mean, that'll send you, if he would have caught him straight, you know, bumper to bumper contact, it would have been just fine. But catching that right rear corner like that is just sent him. You know, he had no shot, unfortunately.
All right, so Josh Gagnon right now, where does that put him down here in the points? So that drops Josh all the way down to 15th right now, so way out of the points chase here. He was right up near the bubble. He was right in about 12th or 13th when we started this.
Wow.
So unfortunate there for Gagnon, and right now he has got to make up some ground as he falls back to about 15th in the point standings.
Biddle still sitting right above that cut line, so I'm sure he is ready to have a good finish tonight. Right now, running currently in 11th position, so you know, if he can hold what he's got or even improve slightly, he's going to be sitting pretty, I think.
All right, caution number 2 on the speedway. Nick Trader still out in front. Let's take a look at our lap leaders. They're kind of boring stat here. 16 laps down, Nick's led them all. Biggest gainers of the race, though, right now. Tyler Brewer up 12, Raker up 12, Emmerich up 9 spots, Modric as well, and JD Biddle trying to hang on to that 10 spot in the points, finds himself up 7 spots right now. So something else we have at our luxury is our radio replay. Let's see if we can find anything interesting here to play for you. I'm always trying to read up here, so hopefully hopefully you know when I'm reading, you're talking. So, but let's see if we got. Let's see. I don't.
I'm sure there's got to be somebody from that last caution that might be a little upset.
So here's Quentin Steinbach that was in the 22, made the contact with Gagnon.
I am sorry, dude.
He's just basically just apologized. Nice quick apology. I have from Gagnon. Gagnon's like, hey man, we're racing back there for last. So, all right, just a little teaser there with the radio replay. We'll find some more stuff we find someone interesting to get up on the screen. But right now, Nick Trader and Everett Larson. Everett Larson now on the outside. Everett's been running that line way down on the bottom of the racetrack. Let's see how he does with the outside here on this restart. As they come down the back straightaway, we're going to go green flag here with about 93 laps left to go.
You know, it'd be interesting to see how fast he can make his way down there, too, because you know he's going to try and shut the door on the number 91 and Landon Slagen. And with him running such a different line from the other drivers, we'll see. I'm surprised nobody else has tried it. Nobody else has given it a go yet.
Off of turn number 4, we're going to come across the line. Green flag in the air once again. Trader, Larson, Slagen, Creech right there. And Nick with a good jump on the inside of the racetrack. But here comes Larson back on the outside. Side by side. Trader pushes up the racetrack a little through 1 and 2. Larson able to hang on. Larson's got to run on the outside in that 01. He's looking to get back to the front. He's going to take the lead down the back straightaway. Everett Larson to the point.
Wow. Man of many different lines, we should maybe call him, huh? But look, he jumped right back down to that inside line. Once he took over that top spot, right back down to what he was doing before. And it'll be interesting to see if he can continue on with that. You know, as these tires get a little bit used up, he might not find as much grip down there, but it'll be interesting to see. I bet Nicholas Trader's like, come on, man. He led one lap last week, and now he was able to hold on for 18 or 19 here. And Larson back up to the point.
I love that shot down the back straightaway. If we take a look at Brady Zeller down there on the bottom of the racetrack in the number 18, he's trying to find a way around the 7 of Raymond, trying to move himself back up into the top 12 right now. He finds himself back in 13th. A little further back we see is that Brewer down there on the bottom of the racetrack. He's got Champlin and Raker to his outside. So some good side-by-side racing going on, but back to the front here. Trader gets back around Larson for the lead. Larson fights back to the bottom. He's down to that inside groove. Did not pay off for him once he got the lead. Trader gets by him back on the outside.
Here comes Dalton Creech in the number 36. He's trying to make the 3-truck show right now. He's going to take over that second position at the stripe. Let's see if he can hold on to it going down through 1 and 2.
You watch that run from Larson. He's able to really drive the car in deep on the bottom of the racetrack, but he's losing so much momentum through the center. So he was basically all the way up alongside of Trader right there, but falls back. Creech trying to fight back up on the outside. Watch Larson get into 3 and 4 here. Did not get into 3 near as well as he was getting into 1. But he looks like might have a good run here off of 4. He's finding something down there. I'm surprised nobody else is going down there with him, like you said earlier.
I think Creech caught that backstretch wall coming out of 2 last time by, and that definitely slowed him down a little bit as well. Everett Larson, he is definitely losing some momentum coming off. Well, he got a good drive there. He's going to hold on to it going down the back straightaway. Let's see what he can do. Now we've got 2 lanes starting to form here.
Yeah, Williams up alongside in the inside of Slagan there on the outside. Slagan in the 91 trying to fight back after falling back a few spots. We got a good battle up front here. We got about 5 trucks right now. You could throw a blanket over them. Anybody's race at this point. 22 laps into this, 88 laps left to go. Trader, Creech, Larson, Slagan, Williams. That's your current top 5.
Well, and Williams having that great run last week as well. It'll be interesting to see. He's just kind of watching. It seems like he's a super patient driver. That's what I picked up from last week. Was he just kind of waits for his move and then he'll take it. Not in any hurry. Look at that. That is so crazy to almost see him 3 wide going through the corners with the way that Everett's down on that infield.
We'll take a look. A little further back, battle between Wedeking, but back up front though. Side by side for 2nd and 3rd and 4th and 5th. Larson still trying to find a way around Creech. Williams now back up alongside of the 91, trying to get that 4 spot away from Slagan.
Check out that number 47, Corbett Raker, up 15 positions, Chris. Back there in 13th right now. He is trying to make something happen. Look at him. He is focused right now on what he has going on, but he's got a full plate as he's working his way up to the field.
So we got 3 drivers sharing their webcams tonight here. Corbett, Dean Wedeking, and also Joshua Raymond. So Raymond right here behind Raker on the racetrack. You can see the 7 truck right there trying to reel him in. But up front right now, Creech back around Larson on the outside. And all this side-by-side racing right here is letting Trader get away a little bit, but not much. He's only 4/10 out in front of this group behind him. So I'm actually surprised he's not able to pull away a little bit farther.
I think Mitchell Williams is a little bit confused. He's trying to decide if he wants to follow Everett down onto the apron, but he's just not convinced that that's going to be the line for him. So it's almost like he had to check up as we came out of down the front stretch last lap. So it'll be interesting to see how he can maneuver his way around and through these guys.
Yeah, Mitchell's trying a little something, but that line worked earlier for Everett, but he's hanging on to it right there. Creech is fighting back on the outside. I think Slagan's got a good fast truck right there, but he's kind of caught behind the two of these. Not really anywhere to go. And look at the 41 of Jacob Thornton right now. Thornton has moved himself up into 11th. He's only 2. That's a 2-spot difference right now between Raymond and Thornton to get into the chase right now. So right now, Raymond would be in it. Thornton needs one more spot to put himself into the points chase right now if the race were to end right now.
If it were to end, J.D. Biddle would have moved up a spot as well, would have given him a little bit of a cushion there as he was flirting with that cut line earlier. It'll be cool to see as we get into this. 28 out of 110 sitting right now. And we are on a good green flag battle here with these drivers up front.
We have got racing action all over the racetrack. No, action all over the racetrack right now as we check in here on Victor Keith, Daniel Sparks.
Oh,
Caution on the speedway one more time. And it looks like it might have been the 41 of Thornton. Thornton heavy into the outside wall.
No.
We were just looking at Jacob Thornton, and as you can see, a little chasing the points. That's a little notification down the bottom tells us that Victor Keith passes Landon Slagan in the points. That's not really going to make much of a difference. But Jacob Thornton had just got himself up into the top 10, got himself up into the top 5 of this race, but unfortunately he's going to be involved in a caution. Let's see if we can see what happened to Jacob. But where is he at right here? He's right here behind Slagan in the 91. And you can see him. He's on the outside of Mitchell Williams. All right, we're going to play the Guess What Happens game.
I'm thinking he's going to come down and catch the 54's nose. And possibly.
I don't know if I can argue it. Oh, no.
Oh.
Did I see that? We didn't see that one coming. So let's see what happens right here in front of us. So Larson has moved up in front of Creech right here, and let's see what happens. They get into Creech just.
Oh, Creech just checked up. He thought he had a really good run on Larson.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that was. Oh, Jesus!
Checked up. Oh. No.
Rem Wyatt just piled in. So for those of you, if you're not familiar with iRacing, if it's one of your first times here, we have a term called arca braking. And it's just pretty much when somebody kind of piles into something right there. And unfortunately, I think that's kind of what happened there with Rem and Jacob. I'm sure they disagree with me on that, but let's go back and take a quick look at that here. So we're going to look at this one more time at Jacob Thornton. So watch him on the outside of the racetrack. They just check up in front of him. I'm not sure what that was, but Creech hard on the brakes right there. Slaking gets on the brakes. Thornton gets on the brakes hard.
Checked up.
And Corey gets in the back of him.
Make sure that he missed.
Oh, actually, you know what? I take that back. I'm not going to call it arca braking on Rem because basically Jacob just kind of was trying to come down the racetrack there. If you back this up a little bit and watch it again here.
That was wrong place, wrong time.
Yeah, so as Jacob's trying to get gathered back up, he drives down the racetrack. Rem's just kind of there. And Jacob, I think if Jacob would have just kept the car straight right there and not drifted down to the bottom, I think that last bit of contact would not have happened. All right, I see Nico Cipollini not in the race with us tonight. He's at work, but he says at least he gets to watch it here on DRSN. Thank you so much, here, Nico. Appreciate you being here. So let's take a look at our radio replay here. Let's see if we can find out. I saw a Creech. All right, nothing worth playing there. Let's see. I don't know. This is Landon Slagan. So what's Landon got to say here? I'm not quite sure what he is mentioning here, but we're gonna play it anyway.
That was a real good, real good battle up front.
So that was Landon's comment after that incident.
Nothing from Creech though. Huh?
And and here's Mitchell. Oh, we're gonna go back to green. We'll quit playing around. All right, green flag coming out off the corner. And Bryce Dickman's found his way to the point. So everybody else come in and pitted. Dickman stayed on the racetrack. So Bryce Dickman, as we were watching that replay, did not notice everybody pitted right now. But the 30 stays out on the racetrack. And he's about to get swallowed up in a big hurry. Here comes Larson. 3 wide off at turn number 2. Dickman on the outside. Larson on the bottom. Nick Trader right in the middle. Nick gets a great run. Larson able to have to check up on the bottom of the racetrack. And here goes Trader back to the point. Look at Creech. Creech wants to get back up there. He's going to get around Larson on the outside. 3 wide off at turn number 4. Larson drifts up the racetrack. Just about catches the nose of the 30.
Yeah, that was bad.
But did a good job keeping it down on the bottom.
Well, you can't say that these drivers are boring because they're anything but. They're putting on one hell of a show right now, and battling back and forth. It's super fun when they're battling like this. It's a great call, a great race to call. Caution back out on the speedway on lap number 33.
And it looks like Joshua Raymond may be involved in this one as he is sliding back, and it also looks maybe the 40 of Tyler Brewer.
Oh man!
So. Another incident here. We're at caution number 4 already, and we're only 33 laps into this. So let's go ahead and see if we can see what happened here with Brewer. I don't see a lot of damage there on the 40 truck.
It doesn't look too bad.
So here he is down on the bottom of the racetrack underneath Wedeking. Steinbach right up there in front of him as they're making their way through 1 and 2. Watch what happens to Brewer here. He just loses the back of the truck. Around he goes. and can't get it wound up. Not real heavy contact with that inside wall, but it was enough to bring out a caution. So self-inflicted injury there from Tyler Brewer, just gets on a throttle too hard off of turn number 2. Truck snaps around on him.
Now he's got to hope that he can stop the bleeding and save tonight's race.
All right, we're going to take advantage here, step away for just a moment, get ourselves a quick drink. Nicholas Trader still back out in front. Everett Larson, Dalton Creech, Bryce Dickman, Landon Slagan. That is your top 5. We're going to be right back.
You asked for more, so we built more. Every overlay done. Cleaner, faster, built for racers, and built for streamers. But that was just the warm-up. Introducing the AI Chief Streamer Engine. A full broadcast-style control tower, built right into Chief. One unified chat window, TikTok, Twitch, YouTube. Every message all in one place. Someone drops a gift, Chief tells you. Front row Joey dropped the DJ Spin. This is a race car, not a charity, but we'll take your money anyway. New follower? Chief tells you. Raid, member, super chat? Chief's already on it. Too busy battling for the lead to read chat? Don't worry, I'll read it for you. Signature Esports says, I know I said something about it on stream, but it would be cool to use Chief to be a pit reporter. This isn't another overlay package. This is your production crew. AI Chief Pro Plus. Coming soon.
All right, we're back to live action here on lap 36 here on DRSN. You got the league we on. Oh, we got the Western Racing League, Viking Construction Group. You know what? It's terrible. I mean, I understand.
It's just down in the corner.
It's all over my. It's all over my screen everywhere. But Western Racing League Viking Construction Group Truck Series here. Last race of the regular season. We're going to come back. We'll take a look at the schedule. Next caution flag, because we have not had a chance to look at it yet. But next event, we will start the chase.
We're going green flag. The checkers. There's not going to be another caution flag. It's going to go green for the rest of the race.
Oh, did I say on the next caution? I should have said if a caution happens. All right, we're coming off turn number 4. Trader, single file this time. Trader, Larson, Creech, Dickman. That's your top 4. Bryce Dickman still yet to pit in this race. He is trying to stretch out that tires. Bryce Dickman, we've seen Bryce use this strategy many times. Oh, Creech loose on the outside right there. Able to gather it back up. That's going to let Dickman take 3rd.
Some technical issues, Chris.
All right, up front right now, Nicholas Trader, Everett Larson in 2nd, down on the bottom of the racetrack, side by side right behind him. We see Dickman Slagan now able to move up to 3rd. He gets around Dickman on the bottom of the racetrack. Here comes Creech in 4th. The 36 of Dalton Creech been up front all day long, started in 5th. That's where he's running at right now. 3 wide off the corner, right, almost 4 wide. Mitchell Williams down the bottom. Brady Zeller tried to make it 4 wide on the bottom. He's going to fall back behind Williams. Now we see Dickman and Creech. Here comes Landon Slagan, also going to stick a nose on the bottom of the racetrack. A little cluster of 5 cars right here, all going at it. This is for 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th on the racetrack.
Sorry about that. Everything froze for me. So Trader still out front. Larson trying to chase him down. Zoller now on the inside in the number 18, working on the inside of Landon Slagan in the number 91 as they go 3 wide down the back straightaway.
Slagan's going to back out of it. He saw. I think he had like a vision of what was going to happen if he stayed in the middle of the racetrack. Gets out of the throttle, falls back behind Mitchell Williams. He knows we can fight another day. Zeller down on the bottom. Brady Zeller never one to hang back. If Brady's got a good truck, he's going to charge to the front. Look at JD Biddle to move to the bottom. Oh, Biddle dirt tracks it into 1. Able to hang on to it.
Tokyo drift there in the number 96 as Biddle is on the move towards the front.
JD Biddle, we see him running really well on these shorter racetracks like this, especially these flat track. JD up 10 spots, started in 17th, up to 7th right now. So a good run going on right now here for JD Biddle. He's making his way to the front.
I think Biddle is allergic to that cut line there for the chase, because he is trying to move forward as quick as he can to get away from it. And so far doing a great job. Oh, looks like 54 right there. Mitchell Williams working on the inside of Bryce Dickman. A little bit further forward.
Oh, Slagan disappears off the screen. Where did Landon Slagan go? Pops back on. Man, it's just disappearing cars. Look up front, though. Dalton Creech has caught our leaders. The 36 of Dalton Creech, he is challenging Larson here for second. Larson going back to that bottom line where he's been all day long. Creech about the middle of the racetrack, and that is allowing Dalton Creech to get a good run off of turn number 2. He is up along the outside of the 01. Larson, but a little bit right across the nose of the 36. A slider off of turn 2 for Everett Larson up across the nose of the 36 truck. And he's going to run the middle of the racetrack here through 3 and 4 right now, and they're both gaining on Trader.
I think that shows what a great, what great racecraft Dalton Creech has, because Everett's been running a little bit loosey-goosey, if you will, coming out of a few of those corners, not able to hold it down all the time, and has come across the nose of Creech able to stay off of, check up, and save the equipment for both of those drivers.
One thing I'm really impressed with, Bryce Dickman right now, not pitted. Everybody else pitted back on that lap 29. He's still out there on the tires he started with, hanging on in the top 6 right now, but it's kind of a, we're going to call it a Bryce Dickman train because it looks like they're stacked up behind him right now, just really nowhere to go.
Yeah, unfortunately, it looks like he might have to anchor out as these guys are definitely catching up to him with the pressure.
Oh, contact with Rick Modric and the 65 of Danny Hayes off the corner right there. Modric able to hang on to it. Hayes is going to go around. Modric's going to fall back to 16th with that. Take a look a little further back here. Tyler Brewer watching the race up front. You're not missing anything yet. But we get back up there, and it's still Bryce Dickman hanging off that field behind him.
Biddle, Dickman, and Zoller are all battling right here for that 5th, 6th, and 7th position. Or I'm sorry, 6th, 7th, and 8th positions. So those guys are still mixing it up. What great action we're seeing here tonight at New Hampshire. A lot more side-by-side racing this week compared to last week, wouldn't you say, Chris?
Oh, for sure. We're definitely seeing a lot more. We've seen 2, 3 wide. We had some good racing in Richmond last week, but pretty much Larson got out front and just kind of hid from everybody. We got a tight battle going on up front right now. Nick Trader's showing why Nick Trader, let's just say Nick Trader's up there doing Nick Trader things, I guess is a better way to say it. Larson trying to reel him in right now. Mitchell Williams hanging on to 4th, finished on the podium last week. Slagan right there in the 91. That's your top 5. A little further back we find Dickman. Who's that way up on the outside? That's Victor Keith. Victor Keith trying to find some new traction on the outside of the racetrack. Finds himself back here in 11th right now. He's up 14 spots. Victor did not qualify well back in 25th. And look who's right behind him. One of our earlier...
Really running that high and handsome line up there, would you say?
Yeah,
high side hustler.
High side hustling right there. Man, I just love that shot down the back road. Just take a look at our point standings for the chase right now. Thornton up to 11th. Gagnon working his way back up. He was all the way down there in 15th in the points. He's back up into 12th. He's got a shot out of here. JD Biddle has got himself a cushion spot. That puts Joshua Raymond down in 10th right there on the bubble now. Only a 17-point gap between Raymond and Thornton. But watch Gagnon. Oh, man, where'd Zeller come from?
We got something going on here.
Zeller just...
almost 4 wide at times.
Oh, contact with the outside wall. Gagnon comes down across the racetrack. Contact between the 67 and the 79 of Gagnon. And unfortunately, as we talked before, me and you were talking before we got on mic earlier, this 18 of Brady Zeller, unfortunately, just happens to be in the wrong place at the wrong time once again.
Yeah, tough break for him. He was definitely pushing hard, and these guys are battling hardcore this week, and it's great. It's great to watch. But when you're out there, one little slip up of not catching the car, checking up, or sliding up just a little bit,
we're basically 4 wide right here off the corner. Now watch Zeller down there on the bottom of the racetrack, and I'm pretty sure here it's the 67 of I'm trying to find the 67 on my timing and scoring. No, it looks like actually Gagnon and the 67 get together there off the corner.
That's Anthony Emmerich in the 67.
Thank you for that. I don't know what.
Yeah, no problem.
Oh, there he is, way down at the bottom. I was looking for it
back there.
All right. Actually, no, I didn't know if there was even contact there.
Deal. It was just one of those racing deals.
Let's go back and take a look at that again. I don't even think there was contact between Gagnon. I think he started to drift up the racetrack and just saw he was going to make contact with Anthony. and just kind of turn the car left to stay off the 67. Let's watch it from this angle. Yeah, I think that's exactly what happened. I think.
Oh yeah.
It looked like
he was trying to stay off of Anthony and caught Zoller instead.
Yeah, come down and gets into the yeah, exactly, and does some rodeoing down there in the middle of the racetrack, some super truck racing or monster truck racing. That's what I'm talking about. Doing some monster truck action down there in the inside the back straightaway. All right, so let's see here. Trader still out in front. So unfortunately, there for Gagnon, he is going to go back a few more spots. He'd worked his way up towards the front to try to get himself back into a spot to get into the chase. But where is he at now? He's gonna hang on to 8th. So even though he's involved in that caution, he is gonna stay up there in 8th right now. So Josh Gagnon maybe got himself into the top 10 right now. So let's go look. The big loser in that was Zeller. Zeller back to 16th. Closing up on the halfway point here, Dave. It's 50 down, 60 to go.
Take a look at 5th position in the number 47, Corbett Raker. Up 23 positions.
And look, we can take a look at Corbett Raker. He's nice enough to share his cam with us.
No, he's got to be shaking.
Last week we were
shaking a little bit, like a leaf.
It looks like last week we were talking about maybe he might need to use that Goodyear, if you remember correctly.
Yeah, he might need it again this week. But he's always got it. He's got one in the chamber, ready to go.
Up there into 5th right now. What a great run from Corbett. Let's see if he can hang on there. He could really use a good run here tonight.
You know, and then you've got Biddle and Gagnon right there with them, both up over 10 positions. Victor Keith's back in that 8th position. He's up 17 spots. We're back to green flag racing right now. Trader going to lead him in. Larson going to take that inside line. Don't look now. Here comes Mitchell Williams in the number 54. He's going to try and make it a 2-car battle for that 2nd position.
Williams up on the outside. He is going to get up around the outside of Larson. Larson way down on the left side camera here that we can't see.
Can't even see him. He's so far.
And then we look back to Slagan. So as we ride him aboard here with Mitchell Williams, you can see right down on the bottom. Here comes Larson one more time on the bottom of the racetrack, but it's Nick Trader. This is Nick's races. It's not his races. It's his race to win or lose right now because it looks like he's the dominant. We got another caution flag, and it looks like the 7 of Joshua Raymond involved in this, and I think.
We got more cars.
Is that the 30 of Dickman? No, who was that off to the side? I couldn't tell who that was.
I didn't catch it.
Might have been the 3rd. It was the 13 of Scotty Larson.
No.
You know, it just never fails. You know, I got to go back and look at this one, but it just week in and week out, you see the same guys just kind of in the wrong place at the wrong time. So let's see what happens here to Larson. So he's down on the bottom of the racetrack. Dickman to his outside. Here comes Raymond on the outside. So let's see what happens here between Larson and
65.
And Danny Hayes is going to come in the middle. Danny Hayes gets in the right
there.
Just right rear hooks the 13 of Larson. And around they go. So let's take a look at that here from so I think I want to see this from like the roof cam of Larson here. I just want to see this hard contact with the outside wall and just how easy it is once you get hooked. There's really nothing you can do about that when somebody gets that right rear. And you can see him hard contact with the outside wall. Let's take a look at that.
Yard sale turn number 2. Discount parts for discount prices right there. Tough break for those guys.
Not fast, just loud. So watch the 65 of Hayes. He sees a hole right there in the middle. Danny Hayes has never seen a hole on the racetrack he didn't like, and he tries to go in there and just catches that right rear. And Raymond just in the wrong place right there gets collected.
Tough break. You know, but it shows the type of talent that we have over here. Everybody's racing so hard, and they're so evenly matched that, you know, that's just what happens. These are racing incidents. It's not like anybody's intentionally taking anybody out. It's just the smallest of bobbles that can you know, be magnified and make such a bad, horrible caution flag come out. So.
Yeah, can it also be a little bit sometimes just track awareness, not put yourself in the, you know, I mean, there was, you could see that hole right there that Danny Hayes was looking at, you know, and if I'm coming off a turn 4 for the checkered flag on a dirt track, I see that hole, I'm going for it right there. But, you know, 55 laps to left to go in a race here at New Hampshire, there's a lot of time left. Is that really the time to kind of you know, to try to make it 3 wide right there. And
sometimes patience is a virtue, right?
Patience is a virtue, and unfortunately, many racers do not have any. And actually, I had a comment here from what did Raymond have to say when that happened?
I don't even understand what just happened there.
Yeah, so Raymond collected in that, and he's just like, I don't know what that was.
Well,
you can go back and watch the replay.
We were watching that.
Yeah, you can go back and watch the replay, Josh.
That, it was like he just he probably had no idea. That was just one of those things where the truck behind him caught him, and he was gone. That was just boom. See you later.
All right, we've got Amanda Photography up in the YouTube chat saying, "Go Corbett Raker." And Raker with a great run up to 5th as we're going to come off at turn number 4. Green flag will fly, single file. Look at Gagnon trying to find something way up on the outside of the racetrack back there in about 7th. Off at turn number 4, green flag will fly. And once again, here comes Nick Crater bringing us the line.
Raker just having one heck of a night there in that number 47. He is hoping to move up just a little bit. He's going to lose a position to JD Biddle. Biddle now up 12 positions. A lot of these guys, you know, had tough breaks in qualifying, and they've had to work their way up through the field. I mean, 5th through 11th place has gained at least 10 positions or more. So that shows you the shuffle that we've had throughout this first 57 laps. 58 as we cross the stripe right there. Larson battling with Trader for that top spot. It's going to be Larson by a nose for a minute as we go down the back straightaway. Trader now trying to make that higher line work for him. It's weird because he's still kind of running mid to low. Oh, Larson running up a little bit up the track, not on the signature line. Here he goes. This could be bad as they're battling for the lead. I'm wondering if Larson's equipment is starting to go away a little bit, Chris.
Well, maybe use up those tires. We did pit back on lap 29, so we've got about 30 laps on these tires right now. And as those tires start to wear out, you're not going to be able to hold that bottom line near as well as you wanted to early on in the race. But Larson doing a good job down there. Him and Trader side by side. But here, look at Mitchell Williams and Landon Slagan right there. They're both just back there just hoping. Just hoping those guys are going to get together in front of them and have a place to go. Here's Mitchell Williams right now in the 3rd spot back in the 54. He is actually making up some ground on these 2 leaders as they run side by side. Look at that. Barely put a piece of paper between Nick Trader and Everett Larson as they battle for the lead.
That's getting dangerous. And I tell you what, Larson keeps trying to shut the door. Trader keeps putting his foot in it and saying, "Not today, son. We're going to run this out." And great battle, but that's going to give that Mitchell Williams in that 54 that run on the outside as he's trying to get up alongside of Larson. Can't do it there yet. The number 91 and Landon Slagan just riding right there in the catbird seat, just waiting for something to happen.
And look at that.
Raker
That's
back
a great
up
shot.
to 5th. That's cool.
That was a great shot. It just the difference where Larson. Oh, right up across the nose. We've seen Larson do that a couple of times now. He just slides up the racetrack right across the nose of the 54. Mitchell Williams has to check out of the throttle right there, but they're going to battle it out here for 2nd and 3rd. They're trying to find some other actions. We've been stuck up here in the front for so long. Can't look back here through the rest of the field as we see Victor Keith and Sean Peach in there, unfortunately, in the number 9. Lost some laps earlier. Actually, no, he's still on the racetrack in 10th. I thought he was out of this race. Somehow he got his lap back. But Peachin now back up to 10th.
Sluter sitting back there in the 18th position. He's starting to move up. Now he just took over 17th. So your points leader working.
Oh, he's getting some repairs done on it.
Got his truck, got his truck fixed a little bit.
Well,
probably not driving 100% straight still.
He's getting Sluter's getting guys back up. He's had about 4 or 5 caution flights to get repairs done on that 95, and he's actually got some pace in that truck. He's coming to the front.
Picking them off one by one.
Matter of fact, let's just take a look at the lap times here, and that's not going to work because it's hidden behind the ticker, so we'll have to do that one later. So back up front, though, we find Trader and Everett Larson on the speedway. This is your battle for 1st and 2nd right now. You can see the gap between them. I mean, it's pretty easy to see on the racetrack. I probably didn't really need that graphic, but Larson is right there on the back bumper in the 56.
I mean, they are even Stevens as they go around. You know, the top 3, top 4 cars right now are starting to separate just a little bit from Dalton Creech in that 5th position. You know, they're starting to get a little bit of a 3 or 4 car length in between Landon Slagan and Creech. So it's one of those things. Here we go. To me, he always looks like he has suspenders on, like he's.
Doesn't he have suspenders on? Oh, no, he's got seatbelts on. He's got belts on.
He's in a motion ring.
Yeah, Weddington's got the full 5-point harness on there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Now he just needs a helmet. Come on, Dean. What are you doing, man? You're missing it. Make it happen.
All right, back to the front. Let's see if we can find some action here on the speedway right now. Because right now, Trader and Larson kind of settled out here. Dalton Creech trying to make his way back to the field. He's back to 5th. He's going to take a look underneath the 91 of Slagan as they make their way into turn number 3. And Creech has got to run off of turn number 4. Oh, look at Larson up to the front here. Right on the back bumper of the 56. Watch him take that inside line into 1. Oh, he's going to stay up the racetrack this time.
Oh, he's going to... I thought for sure he was going to send it down on the inside. I think
made a liar out of me.
Nicholas Trader thought he was going to also.
The 95 of David Suter now gets around Modric for 12th. David Suter making his way back to this field after the earlier incident. We take a look here at David Suter's timeline. Started up there in 7th. By lap 1, he was down here in 28th, and he's just slowly been working his way back up through the field here over the last 63 laps. So Suter making a good run to get back up to the front. He's our points leader. He's locked into the chase, but he wants to be at the front.
You can see why he's the champ, right? I mean, why he's the leader currently. He's picking these guys off and working his way up pretty quick. Unfortunately, Corbett Raker moving his way backwards. So hoping that he can still. He was having one hell of a run here in the beginning half of this race. And hopefully he can hold on.
Side by side here with Dean Wedeking and Danny Hayes. Another battle right up. And you can see that battle up there in front of him. That's Raker and Champlin. You were just talking about Raker back here in 11th now after being up in the top 5. Let's get back up front because Dalton Creech has got his hands full with the 54 of Mitchell Williams.
Creech and Williams definitely mixing it up now, trying to figure it out for who's going to finish or who's going to take over that 3rd spot as we're working on lap number 68.
Oh, and Larson gets around Trader.
Out front. Yeah, Trader falling back to that 2nd position. Then it's Creech, Williams, and Slagan for your top 5. Hey, there's Sean Peachin moving up into 6th from 10th just a little while ago, so he's on the move.
Peachin started in 2nd. He's got his way back up to 6th after falling way to the back of this field. I mean, again, if we take a look at his timeline, you can see back there in last at some point. I think he was out of this race and somehow got his laps back. I'm not quite sure, but he is make up to 6 right now.
Well, we did have quite a few cautions. So,
we did have quite a few cautions, and we did not see the lucky dogs.
Oh, yeah.
That's because I have my alerts turned off right now, but up front, Larson has got to the point around Trader now, so Larson is going to lead some laps here.
Trader not done yet.
Sluter.
Oh, wow.
Sorry to cut you off there, but here comes David Sluter. His next victim is the 79 of Gagnon. And speaking of Gagnon, let's take a look at our top 10 in points right now. Gagnon 14 points out of the chase right now of Joshua Raymond. Now, this is unofficial. It should be pretty close, but it is unofficial, so it'll be ruled official later by our league admins. But right now, Gagnon finds himself out, and he's going to lose a spot to Sluter.
Sluter now with some open, clean air on the front of that number 95. He's trying to close in on his next victim, JD Biddle. He's got a little ways to go. Biddle is running the wheels off that thing. He has been able to pull himself up on the unofficial point standings there. A few spots from that cut line, and he is trying to keep it moving forward. Keep the train rolling, as they say. Peachin in the 5th position now.
Yeah, Pete, you talked about Peachin earlier. He is charging back through the field right now. Back up into the top 5. That 9 truck's got some pace right there. Let's take a look at his gap between himself and the leader right now of about 2.1 seconds. We'll keep an eye on this gap right here. Peachin looks to be one of the faster trucks on the racetrack. As we take a look at our last lap around and look at that last lap, Peachin was the fastest truck. And as they come across the line, that all changed. It was before it reset.
Yeah, for sure. You know, and it's weird because a lot of these drivers that were starting up towards the front, you know, got shuffled to the back, and we had this big influx of all these drivers that picked up all these positions. And now the drivers that were struggling in the very beginning are starting to work their way back up through the field. So it's kind of this accordion effect. Whoa!
Contact with Danny Hayes and Rick Modric right there. Modric going to get into the outside wall, does a nice job of just making slight contact. So watch Modric come back at the 65 right here of Hayes. Now, one thing I've never seen, I've never seen Rick. I don't think I've ever seen Rick get upset. So a little contact there between the two.
There's a first for everything.
There is a first time for everything, but Modric gets it gathered back up. Does a good job of hanging on to 12th right now.
So Larson and Trader still out front, 0.3 seconds. There we've got the number 18, Brady Zoller. He's working his way
look at
back
that cluster.
up. Yeah, that is a dog.
I puckered right there. I thought Zeller was going to get into the left front corner of rim wide. And a matter of fact, I think Zeller did too because he checked up and lost about 5 or 6. Oh, Raker's dirt tracking. Raker's going to slide it through 1 and 2 right there. Oh man, I wish we were on his driver cam right there. Let's take a look there at Raker on the driver cam. Let's see if he's wiping the sweat off his brow. He's got,
that guy's got a smile on his face every time we cut to him.
Watch the 44 Wedeking up on the inside. He checks up. Sparks gets into the backup. We're watching some great action going on. This is about back with 15th, 16th, and 17th at this point.
Well, it seems like there's a battle pretty much everywhere on the track. You can find something, some little good tidbit to call out here. Brady Zoller making it 3 wide there. I don't know if you caught that just as you switched cameras. Zoller was working down, and they were 3 wide as they entered the corner. Looks like they've made it down through now, and Zoller going to take that spot from the 04.
Back up front, we jump into this battle here with Hayes and Victor Keith. Victor Keith finished on the podium last week. Right now finds himself back in 11th. We get back up front here. Let's see if they're kind of separated up front. Let's see if we can find some action. This battle back here in kind of mid-pack, a little further back mid-pack, was Zeller, Sparks, Steinbach, Wedeking all right here. Has been a pretty good show to watch.
That's for 20th position, and they're racing like they're winning this race, coming off a turn number 4 over here, putting on a great show.
I'm telling you what, you're never going to see the 18 of Brady Zeller lift. I mean, that's just Brady right there, and he is pushing everything he's got for that 20th spot. I mean, look at this cluster of cars back here. You got Raker in there, Steinbach, Wedeking, Zeller, Sparks right there, lurking in the background. It looks like the 92 of Boomerstein. Really haven't talked about Paul tonight. Well, way up on the outside of the racetrack is Steinbach. They're 3 wide. Not mentioning anything up front. We're keeping on. Oh, wait a minute. As I said that,
first catching it there.
Here comes Sean Peach, and he has caught this lead group. Sean Peachin now is right up on the inside of Mitchell Williams.
What a drive right there for Peachin. Passing the number 54, Mitchell Williams, now trying to set his sights on Dalton Creech in the 36. Everett Larson still feeling that pressure from Nicholas Trader. And then there's a slight, few car lengths in between as we go back to Dalton Creech. But look at that, the 54 of Mitchell Williams trying to chase back in, reel back in that number 9 of Sean Peachin. Peachin not letting it happen at the moment. Looks like we might be heating up a battle for the lead once again between Larson and Trader.
I don't know what you're talking about. It's like 8 car lengths. Larson,
they were going in. It looked a lot closer. I tell you what.
Yeah, Trader's getting a good run into the corner right there, but it looks like Everett's just able to get a better run off, and you can see it right there. Nick caught him getting into the corner. Let's take a look at it here. We can actually get this nice little graphic. Half a second, and watch that gap close as Trader drives into the corner, down to into the 0.4 of a second area, and from the middle off. Larson just drives away.
Yeah, for sure. Your biggest mover right now in that 11th position, Victor Keith in the number 48, up 14 positions. That's just crazy. That is like crazy talk for these guys to be that many positions up. So what a great run for Victor Keith, struggling early on and now up that many positions, sitting in 11th right now, hoping to get into the top 10 soon. On lap number 82 of 110.
And I don't know if you saw that graphic pop up in the bottom left-hand corner, but David Sluter got himself back up in the 7th. He's actually back into the points lead in front of Nick Trader as we get ready to call the chase. It is basically, a 1-point difference. Sluter able to get out in front of Trader. Once again, though, Joshua Raymond's got himself up into the top 10. Thornton finds himself looking out by about 15 points. And J.D. Biddle did a good job, put himself with a good run here. He's got himself a 1-spot cushion for the chase.
What's it look like here for the battle for 4th position? Sean Peachin battling with Dalton Creech right there as you see it, working down on the inside. By a nose, no contact. Keep it clean. Keep it clean.
Peachin has got a good truck. He is back here in fourth. Where's he at on the racetrack? He is trying to see the distance back to the leader right now. Peachin 1.7 seconds away from Everett Larson. So Peachin, definitely one of the faster trucks on the racetrack. He is all the way back up to third as we got a side-by-side battle for the front once again.
Oh, and you know Peachin's loving seeing that too. He's like, please battle, just let me catch up. He's got a great long-run car there. And Larson and Trader still mixing it up. They can't figure out who's going to lead the next lap. And it's a great storyline. I mean, these guys they're leaving it all out there. You know, it's come close a few times. Larson, like I said, trying to shut that door. Trader always sticking his foot in, going, I don't think we're going to do that tonight. And they're battling, and it's so awesome to see.
Mitchell Williams reeling in Dalton Creech for that fourth spot.
Yeah.
I see John Larson up in the YouTube chat. Thanks for the kind words back there, John. Appreciate the feedback. Glad you're enjoying your time here on DRSN tonight. We got more action coming your way this week. Tomorrow night we got the Smoke and Thunder ARCA series coming your way tomorrow night. So don't miss any of the action. If you haven't subscribed already and hit the notification bell, make sure you do so that you don't miss anything coming your way here over the next couple of weeks. But right now we have got 25 laps left. Man, 25 laps left, man. That's 85 laps has gone by in a hurry there.
It has. It's been a great time doing it too. But check out Peachin there. Look how far he pulled away from Dalton Creech. He was just on him just a few laps ago, able to put some more distance, and he is now trying to chase down the leaders.
1 point.
Mitchell Williams, look at him. He's still trying to make that. He's trying to take a little peeky poo.
What was that? What was that? A peeky poo?
Hey, a little peeky poo right here.
I'm gonna look down to the inside. Says Mitchell Williams underneath Dalton Creech. Creech looks like tires have gone away on that 36 truck. He's pushing up through the center of the corner right there. That allows Mitchell Williams to get a run off the bottom and Creech into the outside wall. He throws some concrete dust in the air, and here comes Williams now back to fourth. So that is your top four right now. It's Everett Larson, Nick Trader. Larson looking to go back-to-back. He's got the lap car of Joshua Raymond right there in front of him. Let's see where Raymond goes on the racetrack.
He does have a little bit of a break there from Nicholas Trader right now. Now, Trader's closing back in. Man, what's going on here, huh?
I think Everett just...
I swear he's listening to me.
Everett got a little... I think Everett just got a little cautious getting into the corner right there, checked up a little bit, and that allowed Trader to gain some ground. And they're going to both get themselves around the 7 of Raymond as we look down from the blimp. And we pitted back on lap 29. I don't know. I didn't get fuel mileage before this race, so we pitted on lap 29.
I was going to say, can they make it?
That's what I'm wondering. That's going to be about 80 laps on fuel. And it looks like right now Nick Trader is reeling in Everett Larson. Look how close Larson is to that wall off of 2. But I think we just saw all 6 of those trucks get loose off of 2 and basically tail slap that wall right there. So that was kind of a...
Those tires are gone.
Yeah, everybody's worn out.
This is all driver right now. This is not... they have 0 grip.
Well,
they're pretty low.
The newest tires on the racetrack right now is Sean Peach, and he pitted back on lap 49, while the leaders pitted on 29. So he's got 20 lap newer tires on that number 9 truck. So I'm guessing that he can maybe go the rest of the way on fuel. We're unsure of everybody else, whether they're going to be able to go the rest of the way. As you see by the last pit stop right there, 29 laps. David Suter pitted back on lap 54, and David is back up to 6th.
That's crazy. That's so awesome to see. You know, he had that lap 1 incident, and he's just been digging and digging and digging. And he's, like you said, 6th position now, and he's not done yet. He's going to keep on going.
Yeah, it looks like there's still a little damage on the front of that 95 truck, but he's got himself into the top 6, got himself back into the points lead right now. And it looks like our points have kind of settled out as Josh Gagnon had a chance to get into the top 10, but he's been struggling here of late. He's back down in 12th. The 30 truck of Bryce Dickman has got himself back into the top 10. A good run here for Bryce as he pitted back on lap 49 as well on our last caution. But right now it's Everett Larson looking to go back-to-back. He won last week at Richmond, dominating fashion. He hasn't been dominant here tonight. He's been battling back and forth with the 56 of Trader, but right now he's got about a 0.4 of a second lead over the 56, and he's got a good run going here. Can Everett pick up his 3rd win of the season and his 2nd in a row?
Trader is reeling in the leader right now. looking to make another move on him. 92 laps down of 110. Fuel mileage might make it interesting. It'll be interesting to see if these guys can make it all the way.
All right, so sorry to cut you off. Go ahead.
You're good. You're good. It's your show. I'm just here. I'm just talking when you don't.
Well, so I was just looking up at Brady Zeller. So Brady really hoping for a caution flag, and maybe even more than hoping for one.
Yeah.
I'll PayPal anybody
I'm hoping
$5
he's not
to
the
spin out.
caution flag.
So Donovan, did you catch that?
No, I was talking.
All right, well, looks like it here. So here's Brady once again.
I'll PayPal anybody $5 if you spin out.
So Brady looking to bribe somebody if they spin out and cost caution right now. Back there in 15th. But right now we got 17 to go out of the 110, 93 laps down. Everett Larson still out in front. Look at the 96 of JD Biddle. JD's up to 8th. He's trying to get around Landon Slagan for 7th. So Slagan
Get up there,
starting to struggle
Biddle.
here late.
Yeah, for sure. You know, and this has been the battle. 6th, 7th, and 8th, they were all kind of running right together. Sluter now able to pull away from him just a little bit, but you still got Biddle and Slagman, you know, battling there. Tyler Brewer and Brady Zoller, side-by-side battle right there. The number 40 of Tyler Brewer on the outside. And that number 18 running just like his teammate. He is teammates with Everett Larson.
He is
correct?
teammate. Matter of fact, there is the Brewer Motorsports. Actually, sorry.
Oh, there
There we
That
go.
helps
The
me.
B&W Racing teammates of Everett Larson and Brady Zeller.
There. That's cool, yeah.
I got too.
So,
I got
he's
too many
taking
toys.
a little.
That's my
He's
problem.
taking a page out of Larson's book there for a couple laps here. Looks like trying to run that inside line all the way down.
There's Tyler Brewer back here in 17th, started in 26, up 9 spots, trying to get his way up to the front a little bit. So he's trying to get around Champlin. Rick Modrick right there in front of him. Landon Slagan on the 91. He's going to lose a spot to Biddle. And here comes the 30 of Dickman. Now, Dickman did pit on lap 49. He's got newer tires. He's going to make it 3 wide down the back straightaway.
Wow.
Bryce Dickman on the bottom of the racetrack. Biddle says, yeah, I think I'll back out of it right there. Biddle's points race, and he saw what was coming. Backed out of the throttle, let Dickman go. So a nice move from Bryce Dickman. He's going to get a 2 for going through 3 and 4.
Biddle did not want to be the cream in the Oreo cookie there, and probably smart to back off. But he also was listening to me because I told him to get up there, and you know he made that pass. So great job, JD. And Dickman was just like, "Here, hold my beer. I'm going for it." Full send, I guess, right?
So while Biddle gained a spot, he lost a spot. So he got around Slagan for 8th. Dickman got around both of them. So Dickman now up to 7th, up 17 spots after starting way back in 24th. All right, where we at? We got 13 laps left to go. Let's check in on our leader. Off of turn number 2 one more time down the back straightaway. They're going to lap trucks right in front of them. So we've had a long green flag. I think our last caution was back on that lap 49. So we've gone close to 50 laps here under green.
Raker?
That is Raker. That is Corbett Raker getting ready to go a lap down.
Man, that's a tough break for him. He was having such a great run up there in 5th. Look, he still looks like he's happy. He does not look upset at all.
He's just having fun.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think that guy's ever upset. Every time we cut to him, he's always just driving.
And right in front of the next car up the road is one of our other webcam drivers, the 44 of Dean Wedeking, and that's another guy that's always smiling. Dean right there, trying to chase down Paul Boomershine. So Paul back there in the 20th spot, Wedeking in 21st, and Raker's going to be the next car to go a lap down, and Larson's going to put him a lap down right now. Nice job right there. Nice timing catching him right off the corner. He's going to put that lap truck between himself and Trader. That's going to be able to stretch the lead out a little bit coming off of 2.
Larson's still your leader, running the Larson line around New Hampshire here. And Trader trying to find some speed.
What did that say on the back of Raker's truck? Amanda Art dot something, I'm not sure. I was trying to read it, but my recollection skills are a little weak. Look back in the back. As we off to the right hand side, we see the 9 of Sean Peach, and he's got himself into a podium spot up to 3rd. And I don't think he's got anything for our leaders. As we let's take a look at the last lap here once again around the racetrack, and look at the fastest truck on the racetrack was the 30 of Bryce Dickman last time around.
You know, he had that great run going when he did the 2 for 1, so it doesn't surprise me. And he is motoring out there right now. Peachin, I mean, he's been working his tail off, and it's definitely going to pay off with him, holding down that 3rd position on the podium. So, it's Dalton Creech sliding back just a little bit. He's still running in that 5th position, and now kind of losing some ground to Mitchell Williams. So it's can you believe we only have 8 laps left, Chris?
I was going to say we had 9, but we're right there at 102, 9 laps left to go. I'm with you there, Dave. I can't believe this has gone by so quick.
You know what? Re-rack it, guys. Let's go. We're going to do this all over again.
I don't think Everett would like that very much. Everett just hopes the green stays out right now. He does not want to see a caution. He has got over a second between himself and Nick Trader. Oh, a little loose right there off of 2. You saw him sliding the truck. He's got the 92 of Boomershine right there in front of him, trying to put Paul down a lap. Here comes Larson on the bottom of the racetrack. He's kind of liking it down there anyway, but he is going to put Paul Boomershine
Look at the
a lap
difference,
down.
though. Boomershine's still able to hold on to, hang with him there for a second as they were working down through the corner. It's just such a different line. It's very unique, but he's making it work. Whoa. Somebody was looking for a little bit of love in there going out of turn number 2.
We jump on the hood right here of the 22 of Steinbach. Yeah, he went up and gave Rick Modric just a little love tap on the back bumper there on the tailgate.
Said he never seen Rick mad, but that would do it if he would have spun in there.
And that's a battle for 16th and 17th on the speedway right now. Let's see up front, Peachin now about a half a second. You can see Sean Peachin has got Mitchell Williams right there behind him, about half a second right there. Top 3 pretty well separated out.
Yeah, but still, I mean, such a great run for Peachin, having that early incident and battling back up. Sluter's still holding down that 6th position. He hasn't been able to do anything. But Bryce Dickman, the man on the move, still up 19 positions, Chris.
He is able to get around David Sluter, so Dickman passes Sluter there for the 5th spot. Wow. And actually, the tire difference right there, Sluter pitted on 54, Dickman on 49, so the tire's pretty equal there. About a 5-lap difference. And Dickman's found something right there. He's really coming to the front up to the top 5. At this point, I think Bryce, if Bryce had some laps right here, maybe a caution flag, he might be up there challenging for the lead.
Well, Everett Larson is trying to make that not happen as he is trying to get to victory lane as quickly as possible. Trader falling back slightly, unfortunately, about 1.4 seconds.
Yeah, about a second and a half right now. Oh, Sparks loop. Now we've seen some. Look at all these. Look at the shot right here. How many trucks coming off of turn 2 just completely sideways? As we take a look at the National Guard number 56 and Nick Trader. Just about all of them. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Peachin right there.
Trader
in 3rd.
sitting comfortably in that 2nd position. Peachin holding down 3rd. Now, what's going to happen as we're winding down? We only have a few laps left. Larson's still trying to keep that gap at over a second, 1.3 seconds right now. Nicholas Trader doesn't have anything more, I don't think, unfortunately. These guys have been driving on talent for a while. These tires have been going away constantly as we've been putting these laps down. And they've been battling hard, so it looks like they're going to have enough gas to go the distance, or I would have thought we would have seen some hits.
Well, the Tony voice was still questioning a little bit there. I'm not quite sure. We got 2 laps left to go, a lap and a half actually. We roll off at turn number 2. Everett Larson on his way for his 3rd victory on the season, 2nd in a row as he won at Richmond. And if you didn't know it before, Larson spent quite a bit of time this summer in the Legend cars at Charlotte, and it looks like it's really paid off for his sim career as well. Larson has really had some patience. He's came back to the sim.
I like what he said last week when he said
white flag.
They kind of helped each other, The sim helped his real racing helped the sim, and he's putting on one heck of a show tonight. They all are, but right now it's the Everett Larson show.
The stacking pendings 0-1 of Everett Larson's got a half a lap to go. He's halfway down the back straightaway right now. Makes his way into 3 and 4 just one more time. Got 2 more corners to negotiate to bring home another victory. He's got Rick Modric in the 71 is outside. Rick will stay out of the way. Off of turn number 4, Everett Larson's going to come across the stripe. He will bring home win number 3. Victory 2nd in a row. Across the line right behind him is Nick Trader in the 56. Sean Peachin with a great run to come home into the top third, into third. Mitchell Williams fourth, and Bryce Dickman. Got to point out Bryce Dickman in the 30, up 19 spots, up to fifth, our biggest mover of the race.
Great run out of Bryce Dickman there, up 19 positions. That's very impressive, you know, and he did it in style, finishing directly in front of David Sluter, you know. So back to back for Everett, 2 in a row, like yikes. And Trader was, you know, running up front once again all night, and just didn't have enough for Larson, unfortunately. So Larson really put it to him.
There is our winner right there, the 01 truck of Everett Larson, bringing home the win once again. The Stacking Pennies 01 B&W, was it B&W? B&W Racing was the team. I had to look at the screen to get that right. But a nice run there from Everett. So let's see. I'm looking up at the... So here's a comment from Everett right there at the end of the race.
Good race, guys. I got no fuel.
So Everett right there running on fumes. We were questioning whether they had enough fuel or not to make it, and Everett right there. And once again, his teammate Brady Zeller going to celebrate with him on the front straightaway.
I think he's out of fuel right now.
I think he just ran out and stopped it right there on the front chute. 100%.
For sure.
All right, let's see if we can find.
Close. What do your points look like?
Oh, a good question. What do our points look like? Joshua Raymond's going to take that 10th spot by a mere 15 points over Jacob Thornton. Jacob going to just miss out. Gagnon misses out by 19. So it looks like Everett moved up to 6th right there as well. Sluter's going to go into the chase with the points lead. Bryce Dickman in a solid pace back there in 8th. Biddle is going to stay in the chase there in 9th, but Raymond moved up a spot. I believe he moved up a spot this week. To take that 10th spot, I have to go back and look at the standings before. As a matter of fact, I have that right here, so let's take a look.
Yeah, Biddle was in 10th.
Oh, so they just swapped spots.
Swap spots. So basically, nobody in the top 10 changed coming into after this last event. But Raymond's going to do a good job, get himself, even though he finished back in 24th, does a good job of getting himself into the chase. As we'll take a look here at the last few laps here of our leader, Everett Larson. And let's take a look up in the Discord, see if we can find anybody that wants to talk to us there, Dave, last week. Let's see here. You know, at the end of the race, sometimes there are a couple of people that want to talk to us.
They're all in the chat, so let's go and we'll get Everett up ready. Everett Larson, you got Chris and Dave in the booth. Are you there, my friend?
Yep.
All right, I was looking for your webcam this week.
No, I didn't, since I don't have. Okay, let's say on a daily race, most of the time I average around 50 FPS. At New Hampshire on the front stretch with like this many trucks, I was averaging around 30 FPS down the straightaway.
Wise choice, my friend.
Thank you.
All right.
You would have been fine.
Yeah, you'd have been all right. So first things first, we saw in the chat, we were questioning there whether you guys had enough fuel up front, and we saw in the chat there, did you run out right there at the end?
Yep, I had 0.5 going across the line. I was clutching for the past like 20 laps maybe because I thought I was short.
Well, last week at Richmond, you got out in front, just kind of ran away with the thing, led most laps out here, but right tonight it was Nick Trader giving you all you could handle right there. You and Nick going at it, man. There was some great racing we caught during the broadcast, side by side. I mean, you and Nick just put on one hell of a show.
Heck yeah, man. It was really fun racing him. He's a good, clean racer, and hopefully we can continue this going into the championship and into the chase.
Well, good. You moved yourself up into 6th right now coming into the chase, so that's definitely going to help you out as get that 25-point gap in between. So where is the next race? I think we've got let's see here.
Everett.
I got to get.
Where's next week's race?
There we go. I got it right here.
Bristol.
Bristol. It's Bristol.
Oh,
Bristol.
boy.
But we got like 3 weeks off, man. Like September.
Short track.
What's with the 3 weeks off here between the chase and the first race in the chase at Bristol? Did we talk to the admins about this?
I think that's because they're following the real life schedule because I don't think they're racing for the next 3 weeks. And then I'll be there at Bristol in real life, so.
So are you going to make it here on Tuesday night?
Oh, yeah. I'm only there on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
You know, I've always wanted, I mean, in my so many years, I've always wanted to go to Bristol to watch a race, and for a long, long time, you had to be on a waiting list to get tickets. but it doesn't look to be that case now. So I need to get back there one of these days and catch a race.
Heck yeah.
Well, great job tonight again, my friend. Second win, third win of the season, second win in a row. Right now, coming into the chase. I mean, you look like the driver to beat. You're looking really solid out there at Richmond last week. We come to New Hampshire, a little bit different racetrack, and man, you had a little different line there on the bottom.
Oh yeah, I was that bottom line right there. If you were to look in the back a little bit, because Brady got the OL penalty. But if Asher Little was here, our new teammate, he would have been doing the same line, and Brady was also doing the same line. And as you saw, we just started like just getting a bunch of speed out of nowhere. So that line, it's just like it's hard to explain. It just works so good that you can't not do it, especially late in the run. I was hoping that early on that we would just go green and we'd be able to do green flag pit stops and everything. But at the same time, being able to battle with people is almost more fun. So just that line, it's like just super easy to do once you figure it out. Like I saw Nick trying to do it right there behind me after I got by him for like the first maybe 10 laps. He was just doing his own thing. And then whenever we got by the lap car, the very first one, I think that was it was either the 44 or somebody else. I'm not quite sure. But as soon as I saw him go down there, I'm like, oh, did he figure it out? And then he pushed up center of the turn. I'm like, no, he didn't. So just hopefully we can figure out more lines like this at the next at Bristol and then at all the next races.
Well, congrats on another victory, my friend. Well, 3 weeks seems like a long time, but good luck whatever else you got going on in the next 3 weeks, and we'll see you at Bristol. And man, I know you got people you want to thank before you get out of here.
Yeah, man, I want to thank you guys for putting on the live stream. And once again, shout out Brady for sticking out here, even though he got the OL, and just good clean race from him. And then I also want to thank Food City, my mom and dad, Keen Collision, my good buddy Corey LaJoy, Brandon Todd, Han Doctor, Kingsport Fitness, Zamp, The Joy Seating, and MPI, and my grandma and grandpa Larson.
All right, brother. Well, have yourself a good one. I know we're going to talk to you again in 3 weeks at Bristol, and we'll talk to you again next time, man.
Yeah, hopefully. See you guys.
Congrats on back-to-back.
Thank you.
All right, let's get Nick up in here for you, Dave. So, Nick, you got Chris and Dave in the booth.
Wow, man. Tell us a little bit about that. I mean, you were out there battling with Everett from the very beginning. He was running a little bit of a unique line, but what was it like? I mean, you guys were out there battling back and forth for the lead.
It was fun. I mean, I kind of worked that bottom line in practice, but as low as Everett was running it, I didn't know how he worked that one. I could usually wrap the white line, if not stick my left side just under the painted line on the bottom of the track and wrap it, but I didn't feel like there was as much speed down there compared to up top. But I knew I could use it for, I guess, emergency purposes like passing cars and all that. But yeah.
It was awesome to watch you guys battle, and last week came up short, unfortunately, with Larson getting you right after the first lap there. And tonight it was awesome to see you guys battling it out side by side. You guys look so even. It could have been anybody's race. If it would have been at lap 50, it would have been, could have been a different story for you guys. So it was definitely awesome for us to be able to call that kind of a race and for you to have that much speed. So who helps make that happen for you?
My brother, he races in different leagues, but he really helps me out. And my buddy Tim, he's pretty good at this track too, and he was the one that kind of showed me the low line on this on New Hampshire, and I didn't really know anything about it, but he's one of the ones that, or very few that I know that can wrap it, besides what Everett can do now. But me, my brother, and my buddies all get together usually and run a practice together prior to this. I don't race usually throughout the week. Usually Tuesday nights and maybe a Monday night is the only time I get on my rig, so I don't spend that much time on it. So for what we can do and what I can do on here, I'm still pretty proud of myself. I don't have as much time as I used to with jobs and life.
For sure. Well, I mean, I think that just shows you the kind of talent that you're bringing to the table, and it's been awesome to join Chris here up in the booth and watch you race it out. So, congrats, brother, on second place tonight.
Appreciate it.
Nicholas Trader in the 56. You fine?
Yep, I'm here. Thank you. I don't know. I think there was some iRacing issues or something. There's a couple guys who were disappearing and indicating that, like, everything else was fine. And so I got a packet loss, and somebody had mentioned it. I didn't have anything on my screen, and then the spotter said something, and then yeah, I tried to get out of the way. I was sideways at one point, but then I was straight again, and then I just DC'd and had to hurry and come back in. Yeah, so when I came back in, they gave me tires, and I was like, because I couldn't uncheck the tires, so now it's like what, like lap 14 or something. I'm 2 laps down, and I'm taking my first set of tires, which is not optimal. And yeah, I was 2 laps down, and had those two cautions that happened there, and got back on the lead lap, and then was struggling because I couldn't pit for tires when everybody else did. So I was just kind of hanging onto the truck the best I could. And then once, a little bit later, there was incident, and I was able to get tires. So I was offset by about 10-ish laps from the leaders. So. I don't. Part of me thought so, yes, because just the way the cards had fallen, and I was like, if we can get like offset a little bit, I was like, I think there's a chance that I could get back to where I was, but in this league, the level of skill is kind of all over the place. So you got obviously really great drivers at the front end challenging, and then you got some guys, who maybe different mentality, maybe just trying to hang out, have fun. And sometimes cautions happen, so you don't ever know how those things are going to break, for you. And fortunately, it happened. And then once it started to unfold, that looking like we were going to go green to the end, I was like, well, maybe I can get it. Maybe I can win this based off of the offset. But those two guys up there were just slaughtering me there towards the end. I mean, they were just managing their tires so much better, and I had used so much of mine to get back to the front and just hold third position. The whole thing I was telling myself the whole last part of the race is I just got to finish third so I can be on TV. And so I just that's literally what I was saying to the team. I was like, I gotta finish third. I was like, I want to be on TV. I was like, I've never been on TV this season, and I should have been, but I've had, whether it was a speeding penalty last time when I had a top 3 truck. I think the good thing is we're really I've been off sim racing for about a year, or just under a year, and now I'm really starting to kind of find my groove again and get competitive again. And I think you've seen it the last few races. Fortunately, won't be in the chase, but building for next season for sure.
Track, and I've been talking this whole time with my main mic muted, so nobody heard me asking questions. But everybody heard your answers. But they heard your brilliant answers. They just didn't hear my stumbling questions. But great job. They're coming home in third. We got Bristol coming up in a few weeks. Another fun racetrack where I'm really looking forward to that. I love the racing at Bristol.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm from originally from Tennessee, so it's a big deal to go to Tennessee, especially Bristol, such an iconic track. And I'm excited to get out there with the boys and mix it up and see if we can't move the car, maybe 2 positions better next time and see what happens. But,
There you go.
We'll see what happens.
Well, good job out there. Good job out there tonight, brother, man. Anybody you want to give a shout out to before you get out of here?
Yeah, for sure. So just a few, bear with me. So obviously, thanks to Tyler and everybody who puts on the league, all the admins who, I know that running a league, I used to run my own, and it's not easy. So appreciate them, appreciate you guys in the booth. I always love going back and watching the race when it's over. So thank you guys for all the time that you dedicate to this. It's always awesome. I can't wait to watch this one, especially. And then. Special thanks to my team. They're great. Tyler, Josh, and the boys, Jacob, and everybody is great to run with them. Have a lot of camaraderie with them from previous series. So happy to be with them and doing well tonight for Brewer. And then last but not least, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention my girlfriend. So she lets me come up here and race when she comes home from work and lets me kind of do my thing and is always supportive and was sending me high fives in my text message for a good job. So special thanks to her for allowing me to do this. So thanks so much.
Yeah, we all need that support, whether it's real racing or sim racing. So good job here tonight, Sean. And we're going to see you in a few weeks.
Yeah, see you guys.
All right, man.
Great job, Sean.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, I got one more guest I want to bring up here. Bryce Dickman. Bryce, are you there? You got Chris and Dave in the booth. Are you with